Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Yashodanandana Braja Yashodanandana Braja Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Yashodanandana Braja Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Om Priyarani Gananjanasalankaya Chakshurunjitanya Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Radha Parisisvara Mandir morning class. Actually, I am begging all of your blessings so I could speak some words in Srimad Bhagavatam. I sincerely feel like no qualification to speak on Bhagavatam, but I will try to just speak some words which I have heard and give me blessings so I don't speculate and I could do justice to Srimad Bhagavatam. I have heard that senior devotees said just repeating the words even if you didn't realize the words of the sadhu, sastra and senior devotees, it has a purifying effect. So I'm expecting that to purify myself first and all of you. So today we'll read verse 7. Shreya kurvanti bhutanam sadavo suvihi dadyansi vipravratyaha ko vikalpo dharadishu Shreya kurvanti bhutanam sarvo dustyaja suvihi tadyansi vipravratyayaha ko vikalpo dharadishu Shreya kurvanti bhutanam sadavo dustyaja suvihi dadyansi vipravratyayaha ko vikalpo dharadishu
Shreya kurvanti bhutanam sadhava dushta sasudhi dadyansi vipravratyayaha
dadyansi vipravratyayaha
ko vikalpo dharadishu
ko vikalpo dharadishu Shreya kurvanti bhutanam sadavo dustyaja suvihi dadyansi vipravratyayaha ko vikalpo dharadishu
Shreya kurvanti bhutanam sadavo dustyaja suvihi dadyansi vipravratyayaha ko vikalpo dharadishu
Shreya kurvanti bhutanam
sadavo dustyaja suvihi dadyansi vipravratyayaha ko vikalpo dharadishu
Shreya kurvanti bhutanam sadavo dustyaja suvihi dadyansi vipravratyayaha
Shreya, activities of the utmost importance.
Activities of the utmost importance.
Kurvanti, execute. Bhutanam, of the general mass of people.
Of the general mass of people.
Sadhava,
Sadhava,
the saintly persons.
saintly persons.
Dustyaja,
Justyaja,
which are extremely hard to give up.
which are extremely hard to give up.
Asuri,
Asuri,
by their lives.
by their lives.
Dadyan,
Dadyan,
Maharaj Dajichi,
Maharaj Dajichi,
Sivi,
Shivi,
Maharaj Sivi,
Maharaj Shivi,
Pravrityaya,
Pravrityaya,
and similar great personalities. Ka, what,
What,
Vikalpa,
Vikalpa,
consideration,
consideration,
Dhra Adishu,
Radha,
in giving the land to the Brahmana.
giving the land to the Brahmana.
Translation by His Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Dadichi, Sivi, and many other great personalities were willing to sacrifice even their lives for the benefit of the people in general. This is the evidence of history. So why not give up this insignificant land? What is the serious consideration against it? Purport by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Bali Maharaj was prepared to give everything to Lord Vishnu, and Sukracharya, being a professional priest, might have been anxiously waiting, doubting whether there had been any such instance in history in which one had given everything in charity. Bali Maharaja, however, cited the tangible examples of Maharaja Sivi and Maharaja Dadichi, who had given up their lives for the benefit of the general public. Certainly, one has attachment for everything material, especially one's land. But land and other possessions are forcibly taken away at the time of death, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Mrityu Sarvaharashchaham. The Lord personally appeared to Bali Maharaj to take away everything he had. And thus he was so fortunate that he could see the Lord face to face. Non-devotees, however, cannot see the Lord face to face. To such persons, the Lord appears as death and takes away all their possessions by force. Under the circumstances, why should we not part with our possessions and deliver them to Lord Vishnu for his satisfaction? Sri Chanakya Pandita says in this regard, Sannimitte varam tyago vinase nityate sati Chanakya Sloka 36. Since our money and possessions do not last, but will somehow or other be taken away, as long as they are in our possession, it is better to use them for charity to a noble cause. Therefore, Bali Maharaj defied the order of his so-called spiritual master. I will repeat the translation. Dadichi, Sivi, and many other great personalities were willing to sacrifice even their lives for the benefit of people in general. This is the evidence of history. So why not give up this insignificant land? What is the serious consideration against it? So in this verse, we see the examples of great personalities, Dadichi, Sivi, who were like willing to give their life for general sacrifice. And to understand more about what they did, I'll just try to for a few minutes go into their like lives, what they did. About Dadichi Muni, he what I've heard from senior devotees, he was there was the demon called Vretasura, and the demigods couldn't win over him, and he was a great cause of distress. So they went to Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he said, go to Dadichi and ask him for bones, and from that you can make a weapon. So with that weapon you can kill that demon. And everyone, Indra went to Dadichi to ask for his, we need your life, so we could win over this Vritasura. And at first, Dadichi Muni is just looking, smiling. You know, for everyone, their life is very dear. So why should I give my life? But after consideration, he's okay. I will give my life for the benefits of the people. And he agrees to give up his life so they can make the weapon from his burn. One devotee was sharing, I have heard that how it came that Dadichi Muni has so strong bonds that the Supreme Personality asked to demigods to go to him to ask his bonds. Once upon a time, I think demigods give all of their weapons to keep safe to Dadichi Muni. And after they didn't come for so long, and he observed that the weapons started to rust. And he said, okay, they started to rust and they didn't come, I should do something about it. And what he did, he dissolved all the weapons in water and he drank it. And that's how his bones has become so strong, especially his backbone. And that was the reason also that the Lord know everything, past, present, and future. So only his bones could save demigods from their distress to fight Vritasura. And we can see he understood that this life anyway, somehow or other, he will lose it. It's just a matter of time. Some people live longer than others, but everyone has to give up their body at some point of life. But so he was so enlightened and he didn't mind to give up his life. So the Vritasura should be killed. And also about Maharaj Sivi, there is a story, very wonderful story. Once the King Indra and Agni Dev wanted to test him, Maharaj Sivi, because he was very famous for his charitable personality, and they have heard he's very generous and compassionate. And the Indra Dev took the form of an eagle, and Agni Dev took the form of a pigeon. And the eagle started to run after the pigeon, so he wanted to, as if the eagle wants to eat the pigeon. And after some time, the pigeon went to Sibi Maharaj on his went to sat on his lap, and Sibi Maharaj was seeing observing all this, and he said, "Okay, eagle, now this pigeon has taken my shelter. You can't take it. You can't take it. Please accept it and go away." But the eagle was stubborn. He said, "No, I am hungry. I should eat something. This is my food. Why should I give up? I won't. I will eat it." And after he tried to convince, and eagle agreed that if Maharaj Sivi gives his same amount of skin meat which this pigeon has, then he will let go of this pigeon. And then he started to cut his own skin and on a balance. Something that you used to measure, how it's called in English? Scale, yeah. On a scale, he put one side on pigeon and other side he started to cut his own skin and put. But mysteriously, the pigeon, his weight started to increase, and he was so amazed, how it is possible. But at last he said, "Okay, I put myself on the scale, so you take me, but you let go of this pigeon." And when he did that, Indra and Agnidev were so impressed by him that he was willing to give up his own life for the sake of this small pigeon. So we could see how great personalities they were, and we can learn so many things about, we can learn so many things for us also, and they give other benefit of people in general. Yeah, they said this is the evidence of history, and not only this, there has been so many great personalities who are always willing to give up their comfort, their life for the people, for the benefits of the people. Like, for example, we see our own Srila Prabhupada at the age of 70, he gave up his comfort and came to foreign country which he didn't know anything about, just with the $10 in his pocket. He had just so much confidence in Krishna, that somehow or other he will take care of it. Okay, I am old, I don't have any money, it's foreign land, it's foreign people, but he gave everything for us for us. So we could get Krishna, so we could know about Krishna. We could understand who we are, how we should live, because we are so much in illusion. We don't really understand the goal of the life, the purpose of life. We if you ask, while distributing books, sometimes I ask people, so do you understand who you are and what's the goal of your life? They say, to be happy, to enjoy as much as you can, because this is only life. You don't know what will happen after. So many answers like this we get to hear, like so many others. And they say, someone told me, life is like ice cream, and if you don't enjoy it immediately, it will melt away. You will regret at the end. And wow, what a concept of life. There's more than this. No, just running after the temporary pleasures. Okay, you get momentary pleasures, but what after? Do you know where you are going? Where you come from? Why you are here? When you ask this kind of questions, many people don't know how to answer. But Srila Prabhupada, he came to give us, even we didn't know before reading Srila Prabhupada books. Now we, by his mercy, and now we just have to distribute what he has already given us to everyone who doesn't know, because of Srila Prabhupada and other devotees, we got so fortunate to know about the goal of life, to know about Krishna, to know that he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are just the part and parcel, ultimately meant to serve him, to bring him pleasure. And we also try others to make them realize this is the goal of life. This is where you come from, and this is where you should keep on mind that this is the goal, where you should go back to Godhead. Nitai Sevini Mataji was sharing when she was here. Actually, we are so fortunate. We don't do anything. Everything was done by Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master. We just need to, someone cooked, someone planted the food and it came to the kitchen. Someone cooked, prepared the food, the prasadam, and just someone is outside to serve it. Just like this, our Acharya has prepared everything. Srila Prabhupada has prepared everything. We just need to be that person who just go outside and serve. Doesn't need to cook anything. Just serve. And even we are hesitating to do that. We are so much on our comfort. Someone told me, but we don't realize that we see this life as everything. And even if we are in the path of bhakti, in the neophyte stage where I'm talking about me, it's hard to give up this concept of temporary pleasures. We always thinking, even in service, we first consider what will I get from that, and we think about our bodily comforts. If we just think in the beginning stage, we all have to pass through this, but if we become sincere, somehow or other Krishna will bestow his mercy. In the beginning stage, we are just taking everything in consideration. Why I have to do someone else's service? Why every time me? Why I do this? Why the person doesn't do this? Why that Prabhu doesn't do? Why I have to do? These things come in mind because we didn't really understand what Srila Prabhupada wanted to give us. And sometimes in the temple, it's difficult to cooperate with each other because we put ourselves in the center. If we put ourselves in the center, we can make place for Krishna and our spiritual master and the devotees, and the problem start to begin. Because my comfort, my pleasure, I have to get this, I have to get that. You can't do that to me. But if we just see, like my Gurudev says, if you know how to put Krishna in the center, devotees in the center, spiritual master in the center, then everything becomes about how to bring pleasure to Lord and the devotees. When this is the mindset, how to bring pleasure to the devotees and Krishna, nothing actually starts to matter. No matter how in discomfort, or doesn't matter in which situation you are. If we see this is the temple, this is the house of Krishna, and we are here to serve Krishna, not your service, not my service, not his service, but service for Krishna, to bring his pleasure. And so we help each other, not thinking, this is his service, so he has to do. Why I should do? sometimes we have this mentality because we just get confused. Sometimes we don't understand. Here, this is we are doing for Krishna. It's Krishna's house. We have to clean for Krishna, cook for Krishna, give class for Krishna, do everything, distribute books for Krishna. So if it's for Krishna, then where am I? Where is my place there? We just try to keep him in the center, devotees in the center, and constant meditation is how can I do that Krishna will be pleased with me? How can I do that devotees will be pleased with me? If this becomes the constant meditation, if sincere meditation, Krishna somehow or other give intelligence and he reciprocates. I have heard this, it's not my own realization, but I have heard from senior devotees, and sometimes even at our neophyte levels, there we can see so much reciprocation from Krishna. We just need to become sincere and pray sincerely. Krishna, I do not have any qualification to serve you, but you have put me here by your mercy. I don't have sincere desire, but you are the master of the world. Nothing is impossible for you. If you desire, I can become the pure devotee one day. If you desire, I can serve you well. If you desire, I can serve devotees well. I just need your help. So I become more and more sincere, more and more selfless, like in this story of Dadichi Muni and CV, how selfless they were. They didn't think about their life. Oh, what about my life? Dadichi Muni, he gave up his life just to give his backbone, and CV Maharaj, he was willing to give his life also just to save a pigeon. And why not? Srila Prabhupada has taken so much pain, so we get this knowledge, so we get to understand the goal of life. And now sometimes it's raining, I don't want to do this service, do that service. So we always think about this, but if we try to meditate on how Srila Prabhupada has taken so much pain and hardships, it will inspire us to do. Obviously, there are levels. Our body has limits. Some devotees can do more. Some devotees can do less. Just like in this example of Ramayana, where like big monkeys were taking these big stones to build this bridge to cross the ocean. But there were also small spiders. They were spiders. They were doing like some pebbles, sand, and at some point monkeys started to laugh. Oh, look what you are doing. It's not helping us anyway. It's just small amount you are carrying. Look how much big stones we are carrying. And when Lord Radha saw that, he was very disappointed. He said, it's not what you do externally, but the intentions that matters. This small spiders had such a pure intentions to please Lord, and they were doing whatever they could, whatever they could, and it was very pleasing to Lord Ramachandra. So for us also, every devotees have different limitations. Some devotees can do more, some devotees can do less, but our intention should be I want to do that to bring pleasure to my spiritual master, to bring pleasure to Lord, and somehow or other he gives whatever we need. I have always heard that you just need to sincerely pray. There was this example when I was hearing, I think it was Indradimna Maharaj who was sharing this story. When Srila Prabhupada was very young, he asked his father, I think, this story is not very clear on my mind, but I just remember something of it, but I found it very, very inspiring. And he was saying that about the mercy, he asked his father, it's not easy to become a pure devotee. How we can become a pure devotee without the mercy, and how we can receive the mercy? And it was on that topic, and his father, Gaur Mahamdev, gives Srila Prabhupada this example of Krishna's Vishwarupa. See how big he is and how many hands he has. If the Lord, with all his opulence, with all his hands, decide you to give and bestow you his blessings and mercy, how much your insignificant two hands can carry? Lord mercy is greater than our own qualification or disqualification. And this was very inspiring to me because we always think, oh, I'm not qualified to do this service. The other devotees are more qualified than me. And we always have this, in the beginning, this comparison, and we don't feel like not worthy of doing anything. But this example, I try to meditate on this. If Lord decide to give His mercy, how much our small hands can carry? He is the Lord of the universe. He can give so much. We just need to desire. The thing is, our desires. Lord reciprocate with our desires. If I desire to enjoy sense gratification, material pleasures, then He will provide. He is providing. There are also atheists. There are so many people in this world, like 1% of devotees are there. Like Nitai Sivini Mataji was saying, we are like endangered species in danger. Like 1% of devotees, but 99% are non-devotees. He is still providing. Lord is so compassionate and merciful. That's why we say He is impartial. But the devotees who praise Him, who knows that God, Lord is there to help us, why He wouldn't provide? He's providing the big elephants who are in Africa, who eats tons and tons of food. Also the small insects and ants. He's providing everyone. He's also providing the atheists, the non-devotees. So why wouldn't He provide devotees who is trying to please Him sincerely? Sometimes we become hopeless, but we should always try to keep this in mind. Just Lord reciprocate with our desires, and He reciprocate with how much we are willing to surrender to Him. Like Bali Maharaj surrendered everything. When Sukracharya, even his own spiritual master, was saying, no, you will regret, don't do this. He gave him so many reasons not to do, but he didn't consider it because he knew that it was Supreme Personality of Godhead. And even if what's the best then to give to Lord everything, to surrender everything. Always easy said than done for our level. But we see from Shastra so many examples how we should be able to sacrifice everything for Lord, everything for the pleasure of the devotees. There is one story which is coming on my mind. Very beautiful story, which is the similar topic of sacrifice. Once there was this 4 mungus, and there was after the Rajasuya Yagya of Pandavas, many people received so many gifts, and they were glorifying, oh, how much opulent gift we have received. Never in the history anyone could receive this much. It was so opulent, and people were discussing like this. And there was a mungus, Siam, which is like a rat. So mongoose. And it came. It was half golden and half brown. And he tried to put the ashes from the sacrifice on his body, and it didn't change anything. And he started to say to these people, no, it's not the best sacrifice that had ever happened in the history. You are wrong. This is not true. And the people were so amazed. Look how much we have received. We have become now rich. We were living in poverty, and after the yajna they have given us so much charity. Now we have everything we need and more than we need. Then how you can say that it was not the best sacrifice ever? And he give this. He tell them this story of four family members. Once upon a time, there are father, mother, and his son and his wife. They were living in a small hut, very, very, very poor Brahmin family. They didn't have anything to at some point because of something didn't rain, or they couldn't. They had a small land to grow food, but because of some climate change, lack of rain, they didn't grow anything, and they were starving. They didn't have anything to eat, and somehow or other, one day, the Prabhu, the Brahman, the old Prabhu, father of the family, he found the barley flour somewhere, and he came to the home to feed everyone, and he divided on 4 parts, to his wife, to his son, and to the wife of his son, the 4 parts. and they after so many days they were on the verge of giving up their life because they didn't eat didn't eat anything for so long. And at just the time they were about to take that, just one guest knocks the door. I'm so hungry, I didn't eat anything for days. I'm starving, please give me something. Otherwise I will fall, I will die. And he in India, still in our scripture it says, Atithi Devo Baba. When some guests come in our home, it's like we should see them as the representative of Lord. Like Lord itself has come our home. Even if it's our enemy, for the time being, we should treat him like a God. Atithi Devo Baba. So it's also considered very auspicious to receive a guest in homes. It's still prevalent in India. And he very he very affectionately welcomed the stranger, the guest in his heart, small heart, and he proposed his part. Okay, this is for you, please take this. And when the Prabhu eats, he didn't get the satisfaction because he was hungry, but it was a small amount. And then he's in like dilemma, what do? I have given him my part. And his wife is looking, and he came, please give him my part also. And he was hesitating, but why you are giving me? You know, as your wife, it's my duty to assist you. Now you have nothing, like you can't do anything about it. So I give you my part, so you can give to him. So as a nice wife, she give his part to his husband, and so husband could feed the guest. And even after that, the guest doesn't feel satisfied. And then the son comes. As your son, it's my duty to help you. So please take my part and give it to him. And he take the part of the son and give. Still the guest is not satisfied. And his wife come and just like the same argument. It's my duty to help you, so you can help your father. So your father can give to the guest, feed the guest, and he goes to give him. She goes to give him the whatever she had, little amount of food. And after feeding the guest, after that last portion, the guest was satisfied somehow Krishna's arrangement, and he left the house. But after that, all the 4 families died. Very, very sad story. All the 4, and then the mongoose came, and then when he was there, he took, I think, some dust or some ashes on his body. It became golden. And he said, I was roaming all around the world to get my another half of the body to get golden, because there was such a sacrifice. This is the real sacrifice for me. But nowhere since like time immemorial, I do it, like my half body is still brown. Nowhere in this world it has been a sacrifice like this. So I came here to try if it was like really a real sacrifice, but see, my body still didn't turn. So we see from this example of sacrifice, what is sacrifice? We should be able to give up our life, but we should understand also what is a real sacrifice. It's what Srila Prabhupada has given. For material consideration, we can give food, but how long it will last, the food we give to people? We may think, yeah, they are very poor, they can't eat, let them give some money, let them give some food, let them give some clothes. It's like Srila Prabhupada give this example, saving the people like clothes. When someone is drowning, you just take out the clothes. What's the use of it? We should try to sacrifice so we can save their souls, like our great acharyas did, like Srila Prabhupada did. Like we saw by example, so many great devotees, they are willing to sacrifice their life, their comfort, everything they had, just to preach this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so everyone can get this happiness. So everyone can realize where is real happiness and how we can get it. Hare Krishna devotees, I think I should stop here because 5 minutes left. If you want to, please correction first of all, and if you also have something to add. Thank you so much for listening to me, giving me this opportunity. I just feel like impudent on my behalf, like when so many senior devotees are here, I'm just sitting here talking, but I didn't have choice. Please forgive me, and so thank you for your blessings. Please correct me if I did something wrong, said something wrong. Yes, correction?
No,
Comment.
just ask the question. you mentioned a lot about how like in the beginning we have this like habit of sometimes forgetting that everything we do is for the service of Krishna. We may be comparing and also even reluctant to service. Like we may do it but not in the right mood. So what is for you the best way to to be in the right mood to serve, like, because like you say, it may be difficult to, we may not be on the level of like a Jain and like these great devotees. So what can be done?
How we can do that, we don't forget that this mood that we are doing for Krishna.
Yes.
So I will try to speculate on that. Yeah, like I said, like you also said, that different devotees have different levels in our neophyte stage. We don't see Krishna in the center. We are more conscious about ourselves, our comfort, like how I will get pleasure. Even if it's not conscious, it's like long way to go. But we pray and try to remember our spiritual master who has engaged us in this service. At least Krishna for me is a far reality. He's here, he's so merciful, he has appeared in his Archa Vigraha, but we didn't yet develop this loving relationship with him. But we can develop this loving relationship with the devotees around, and with our spiritual master we can get attachment. So before we go to Krishna, we start our level by getting attached to devotees and our spiritual master. And once we develop this love and attachment towards spiritual master and devotees, when you love someone, you automatically want to please them. It becomes very sincere. For my level, bringing pleasure to Krishna, okay, this is a concept, theory on my mind. Krishna, I do not doubt that he does exist, but I do not have the tangible experience with him. But I can have that with the devotees around me and with my spiritual master, who is a tangible reality, who is here. And it's also easier to get attached to him. And when we develop that, it's just my speculation, sorry, but I will let someone correct after. It became easier to think, okay, let me please please these devotees, let me please my spiritual master who has done so much for me, who has given, like, even if I was not worthy, he accepted me and he engaged me in this service. Even he sees that how many anarthas in my heart I have, how duplicitous I am, how, I don't know, every bad qualities I have, but he has still somehow, he's so merciful, he has given me this opportunity. So why I shouldn't do something for his pleasure? And at the beginning we try to, I want to bring pleasure to my spiritual master, I want to bring pleasure. And after, by the mercy of the devotees, and by their inspiration, by their blessings, we can slowly advance, and this become like a center, bringing pleasure to the devotees, spiritual master, and Krishna. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, practice. At first we just need to consciously remind ourselves for whom I am doing this. Before every service, I know it's very easy to say, hard to do, but before every service we do, okay, let me think 1 minute, for whom I am doing this, for whom I am giving this class, for whom I am chanting this mantra, for whom I am cooking, for whom I am cleaning. Is I am doing this so people will, like devotees will glorify me, or looks, they will say she's doing so much service, wow, how nice devotee. Or am I doing because I sincerely want that my spiritual master be pleased, I sincerely want that Krishna's home where he is staying be clean, I sincerely want that devotees around who are here, they will be pleased if it's done properly. And we try to meditate before we do anything, this mood, for whom I am doing and for why I am doing this. And we ask ourselves our intentions behind, our motivation behind, and then it becomes easier. I'm sorry I speak too much in my realization, but this, just like repeating it itself is a purifying effect. And I'm preaching myself also, so we just need blessings from the Lord and the devotees. Maybe Krishna Kripa Prabhu would like to add something or say something.
Thanks for telling us how Tajuchi got those super excellent bones. I never heard that going for it. I just sometimes we get bogged down with the external situation, whether it's pleasing to us or we're tired or sick or it's hot or something. If we just go back thinking, actually I'm a servant, I just have to do the service task, everything will be alright. And
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Mataji. You were saying that we are going and telling people who we are, where we came from, where we are going. So, this question, where we came from, I know that there was like a discussion, and I know Srila Prabhupada said, like it doesn't matter where the arrow came from, but it matters that we take the arrow out,
Arrow?
Prabhupada gave an example that if you are shot by an arrow, it doesn't matter where the arrow came from, but it matters to get it out. So like he was emphasizing that we need to know where we are going and how, rather than where we came from. Did we come from spiritual world or not? But still, if we are going and trying to explain people, I think I should know like what to say, because sometimes people say, where do we actually come from? And then I'm in doubt, did we come from, because there was this debate, did we come from spiritual world, or we never were there, like, so what to say?
I mean, I like really not qualified to answer this question because it's a very philosophical question, where we came from. For what I've heard is like, for whatever, like when someone asks me this question, I just reply, everything, like Krishna says, he's the source of everything. Like when a child is born, there are their parents. So if the child didn't appear like just like this naturally, he had parents. Also remember when I was very young, I asked my mother, "Mummy, how I came?" And she said, "Someone threw you from the sky and I cast." And for some years I believed, I really believed that I was fallen from the sky and my mother cast me. And then once again I asked, because I was very curious, okay, this is how the children come. They like a shower, they come from the sky and some people catch and they become parents. And I was so curious for a few years, and I again asked my grandfather, mother said that I came from the sky, but really? And he said, no, we found you in a garbage just next to the house. He said, and I cried, but mommy, you said that, but grandfather said that you found me somewhere else. And then after I understood that it's not like you were fallen from the sky or someone found you on the garbage, you were born by your parents. So this is like this, so we didn't appear like this, the source. Even we have grandparents, like infinite, like family members, but it has to come from somewhere. For my level, this is only I understand, not entering into the philosophical speculation. But so he says in the Bhagavad Gita that he is the seed-giving father of everyone, and that we are the part and parcel of Krishna. So we naturally, he is our supreme father, and we came from the spiritual world because he exists in the spiritual world. But this is a very philosophical, long question. How did we get into this material world? How did we get contamination? It's out of my domain. Maybe if any of the devotees would like to add on this. But I just give them the very easy answer. It has to come from somewhere. Like you came from your parents, the original parents said that he is the father, like seed-giving father in Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, maybe Krishna Gita Prabhu or other devotees.
I thought about one thing when you were giving the class about this topic of that we have to give, we have to give our life. The sentence that Lord Jesus Christ said, he said that whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake, spiritual master, will find it. Very inspiring.
Beautiful. Yeah, like in Shastras also, we see Krishna, I think it is in Krishna book I read, that when like people doesn't live longer, but when they do something extraordinary, they are like alive like for long years to come, like our Srila Prabhupada will be always living with us through his books and songs. Also just in material point of view, like so many people who did something great, like Napoleon Bonaparte, they still remembering, like Mahatma Gandhi, because he sacrificed something for the welfare of people. And when, at least just in even not in a spiritual platform, but even in a material platform, when someone does something extraordinary, they live longer. Their name is like famous for very long years. Just like this, even but for the spiritual reason, it's even more valuable and even great. Even in the material world it exists, but in the spiritual world, Krishna doesn't forget even a pinch of service rendered to him. Like it's always saved eternally on our bank, spiritual bank account. He never forgets anything. So thank you for saying that. It reminded me, this. Nitai Charan Prabhu, maybe do you want that we add something more or for your question? Maybe
where Krishna created us for his enjoyment, but he created us with free will, so we have a choice to use that free will in his service. If we don't execute that choice, then he has to find another situation for us. So that's the case. But we exist either here or in the spiritual world, depending on how you see our free will. And if you don't like it here, then you can go back to God. If you don't like it there, you can come back here instead. Otherwise, there's no meaning to free will.
That is what the word we have going back to Godhead. So we were with Krishna in the Gauranga. Because of our free will, we have fallen. So once we come down, we are falling into this pit of Maya, and we are doing this karma. Because of our actions, good and bad, we are still oscillating in between this Shraddha and Raga, and we are not unable to think of Krishna, and we are unable to go to Godhead. So this is what Krishna says. When we do service for Krishna, and as long as Prabhupada has given the Mahamantra, following these principles, thinking of Krishna, if we have this ability, we'll be returning to Godhead. Krishna's Gauranga Vrata. That is what I need to listen in the classes. By giving the class, they used to say, we were once upon, we are the souls, but because souls never die. So we are taking all sorts of births from the minute amoeba to all sorts of. So only in the human being, in the birth of human being, we are able to realize, we have the sense of thinking of Krishna. Of course, exceptionally there are some other living beings might be thinking of Krishna, like the elephant and the other stories we have seen. It is a Gajendra. So that is exceptional story. But only the human being, as human being, we can realize the mercy of Krishna. We have to do the service. So the purpose of this birth as human being, we have to make use of, as you said, to sacrifice our limbs in the service of.
Thank you, Radhaji, for saying that. Anyone would like to add some comments?
That's so nice, Mataji.
Thank you. Then we end here. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sri-Sri Radha-Parisisvara ki jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi ki jai, Nitai Sati Shruti ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam.